Hi, I'm Tim from EcoQ, and I'm excited to take this opportunity to introduce you to the second generation of our EcoQ Artisan Wood Oven and Smoker. To my right is the original Artisan Wood Oven and Smoker that we sold for several years. It was a very successful unit for us, but we also learned a lot from this unit and wanted to make several improvements and changes when we introduced Generation 2. Generation 2 is to my left, and this is our new version, which is just being introduced now. So I'd like to kind of walk through and show you the differences between the two units. First of all, on the old unit, we had a storage cabinet underneath, and we just had a set of wheels in the back. If you wanted to move this unit around, you pulled out a couple of pipe handles on the front, and you moved it around like a wheelbarrow. It was a little on the tippy, the top-heavy side. So what we did on Generation 2 is went ahead and put on a full set of rollers on the bottom with brakes and a couple of big towel bar style handles on the side, which makes it much easier to maneuver around. One of the other things when you were moving the other unit around was that this chimney was fixed on here and mounted on here with 4 screws. This top piece could come off, the cap could come off, and that would give you the clearance to go through a door. What we've done on Generation 2 is made this so that the chimney piece can be removed completely. And now that gives you plenty of clearance when you go through a door. It also makes it a little bit easier to move through tight spaces, and makes it a little bit easier to clean too, and it comes fully assembled with the exception of 3 screws on the cap on the top. One of the big features that people have really liked on our other Artisan wood oven was the pull-out firebox. Well, the pull-out firebox had a door that opened to the side, had just one latch, and basically you put a stove glove on and reached in and pulled out the firebox. Firebox worked well and did its job, but what we did on Generation 2 is we put 2 latches on. We put a spring handle on the front, used a better airtight gasket, and now the entire firebox pulls out on a set of high heat rollers. The high heat glides that are in here work a lot smoother. This is a much bigger firebox that'll hold substantially more fuel and burns a much hotter fire. It also has a easy to remove ash tray in the bottom of it that can be used when the unit is out. And the other nice feature that we've added to this is we have a cast iron grill grate that we place on top of this, and it becomes a wood grill as well. And it'll do a beautiful job over that bed of coals, grilling a variety of different meats and seafood. So you now have the option of turning this into a wood grill as well. And it really pushes in much easier and has a much better latch system. On the pizza ovens, they're about the same size. This one's a little bit taller. This one has a shelf in the center. This one does as well. The big difference is we've used 6 bricks on the bottom instead of 3. And the pizza stone that we have on the new unit versus the old unit is thicker. Again, we've gone to the 2-latch system and a spring handle door. And we have the rack in the middle, a thicker stone on the bottom, a much nicer seal. And then we've also mounted another pizza stone up inside the oven. So you've got the radiant heat coming down from the top, as well as the 6 bricks plus the stone on the bottom that gives you the heat storage and the cooking surface down below. On the first 500 units that we ship, we're also including our item called the rack. And the rack allows you to do a variety of different cooking, either in a gas grill or inside the roasting chamber of this oven. This also has a chip strip, which can be placed on the stone in here if you want to add some smoke flavor. Or you can just remove this completely and remove this rack as well and have a beautiful cooking surface in there for baking breads. This is a much more efficient seal, and in our opinion, it's a big improvement with the extra thermal mass that's been added to the top of the unit. Obviously, this new unit is taller, and the big reason for that is the double deck in the smoker. In the old unit, we had a tray in here that just kept coming right out and held a water pan. And then we had the one cooking surface for doing smoking. This unit has 4 latches, which gives it a much tighter, more consistent seal around the box. We've got a window in there too that is cleanable. And then when you open this up, the entire rack system comes out. You've got a grid on the top that you can use to hang sausages or meats in net bags. You've got 2 decks. And now that water pan is inside, secure, in a frame, and it stays put when you haul the food out. We've also included a drip tray in here, which goes in here when you pull it out, and then when you push this back in for smoking, all the grease and fat drips into the pan through the drip tray system down below. And this 12 gauge stainless steel griddle can also be used on the wood grill down below, in the roasting, as a roasting pan in the stone oven, or it can be used as a cooking surface up top as well. So this is a nice versatile add-on that we put in the unit. So one of the other big improvements that we've made with the new unit too is in the circulation and performance of the firebox. This unit had the fire come up the left and the right hand sides, enter the smoker, and go out the chimney. On this unit, we have the fire come up the left and the right hand sides and up the back of the unit, and the firebox is much deeper. So you have a lot more fire sweeping around the stone oven and into the smoker oven, and we're able to get a much more robust fire going under the stones for cooking pizza. The size of the storage is about the same in both. The other thing that we've done on this is we have a much more substantial cover, and the cover for this now has a wraparound cover for the storage cart and then a separate cover for the upper unit. In addition to that, we are now offering this entire upper unit to be built in to an outdoor kitchen setup. So if you don't want to have a cart underneath it, you can. This cart's also substantial enough with 4 500-pound capacity wheels on it that if you're a caterer or you have an event and you want to move this in the back of a truck, it's fairly easy to move from place to place. Whereas this one was rather top heavy and tippy with the cart that was underneath it. So it's not something that we recommended moving on that cart. So this is a much more substantial unit and cart and offers a lot more features. We're also offering upgrade models with electronics packages and all of the basic accessories that you need to cook pizza and bake bread and do wood grilling, which adds a little bit more versatility to this unit versus the old. So that's a nice recap on all of the features, benefits, and improvements that we made on Generation 2. We think you'll agree that the new EcoQ Artisan Wood Oven and Smoker is a nice improvement over the old, and we look forward to introducing a lot more recipes and ways that you can use Generation 2 in the near future. Thank you for watching this video on Generation 2 of the EcoQ wood-fired oven and smoker. It's just one of a growing series of videos on our Generation 2 ovens. You'll find all of our videos on the EcoQ YouTube channel at youtube.com/user/EcoQ. We hope all these videos will help you enjoy using your new oven.